we do the show and we give our counsel on maybe somebody that people should consider voting for. It's with that in mind, and also knowing that sometimes you do have to pick the lesser of two evils, don't you?
That's right. I may point out a couple of cases like that, where if I was living in their district, I wouldn't hesitate to vote for them, but I wouldn't call them strong conservative up and down the line.
Yeah. So, just an overview. What is Washington County politics? Where do they lean towards? Are they more liberal, conservative?
Well, about 15 years ago, Washington County was more conservative demographically than it is now. It's really a battleground county, and I think you can talk about how the state will go based on how Washington County goes.
That's what I've noticed.
And under Bryce Kennedy, who's the current party chair, we're doing really well. We're in one of the better organized counties in the state right now.
Do you think that Washington County, the Republicans are conservative, or do they get a little wishy-washy sometimes?
It depends on the district.
Okay.
Depends on the district. We're hoping to pick up 2 House seats in Washington County.
Okay. I know a lot of times people, they don't want to vote for somebody just because there's an R. They really want to vote integrity. So anyway, hopefully some of these people that you recommend, let me know where they stand.
Yeah, all of the candidates, even if they're not full spectrum conservatives, I think are true to their own values.
So you feel like the ones that you're bringing here to the table, there are people of integrity.
Yes.
For the most part. That's good. Okay, we're going to talk about the reps first and the people, and then we'll be talking about the ballot measures on the second part of the show. So we better get to it because we got a lot of names here.
Okay.
Governor.
Well, he's not a rep. Well, Dennis Richardson is presently in the House of Representatives. I've known Dennis for quite a few years. He's a really good guy. He's going after Kitzhaber, in large degree on Cover Oregon and wasting $200 million of taxpayer money. He's a good, strong conservative, and he probably knows more about budgeting than almost anyone else in the building down there.
That's what I heard. I heard that people like him. He's so smart and savvy. He's able to, and honest, and people like him, that he's able to cut the best deal and know in areas where he might need to compromise because there's no other choice. But he's able to.
He's a pretty solid guy, and I also appreciate his background. He's a former Vietnam helicopter pilot, and so he brings another perspective to the office of that kind of public service.
Okay, great. All right, U.S. Congressman?
Jason Yates. He won a contested primary. He's a very energetic candidate, good conservative. And of course, I'm in his district, and I will support him as best I can.
Yeah, me too. He's been on the show before, and I like him. Okay, somebody, I'm not exactly sure if I'm going to vote for her. I probably will. U.S. Senator.
Dr. Monica Wehby.
Yes.
First of all, I recommend that everybody vote for her. As to, her position on pro-life, by the way, her website is strongly Second Amendment. I looked at it today. The question of pro-life, is Monica Wehby pro-life? Well, she's a Catholic mother from Tennessee, and it's hard to believe that she wouldn't be, but she was recruited by, and her campaign is managed by, moderates. And she's new to politics, and she says what she's told to say, particularly on this topic. In my opinion, I don't think what she's being told to say really reflects what's in her heart.
Yeah.
So I don't have any, she operates on little babies, even preborn babies. What would you expect from her?
She says she's personally pro-life, which is kind of code for, I believe in life, but I am
She's
fine with abortion.
She's being told to say that. I'm convinced she's being told to say that to get votes.
But yeah, and people would have a kind of a problem with that, but if somebody's new in politics,
I can vote for her with
Yeah.
a clear conscience.
yeah, so, and that's, to me, it's a little conscience. But, we're really, unfortunately, we're going to have a choice between the two. It's going to be a Democrat or Republican.
Well, you mentioned the
and-
Communist Manifesto series I did.
Yeah.
Well, she's running against Merkley,
Yeah.
who kind of lines up with a lot of those
Yeah, and
points.
that's the thing. So sometimes you swallow really what you want to do, but I did want to point that out to people. Well, let's get now down to Washington County. Is that where we're at now?
Yeah,
Okay.
there's a lot of races. Let's talk about the incumbents and the 2 pickup seats that we're looking at. I used to live in House District 30 until a few weeks ago, and that was Dan Mason is the candidate. We're hoping to pick up House District 30 and also Mark Richmond in House District 29, which is Hillsborough and Forest Grove.
Okay.
And,
Is there anything you want to say about the two?
oh, they're both really good guys. I've actually given money to Dan Mason's campaign because I can't do anything else in campaign. My days of walking precincts are over for medical reasons. But, and now that I live in John Davis's district, I will be supporting his campaign as well. John Davis is House District 26, which includes a little bit of Wilsonville, a little bit of Tualatin and Sherwood and that area there.
Okay. So, and
And-
John Davis is an incumbent, and have you met all 3 that you'd mentioned, John Davis, Dan Mason, and Mark Richmond?
Oh, yes, I've had a lot of interaction with them.
So they have integrity, they're conservative, pro-life?
I would say that John Davis may be, no wait, I was on his website today. I think I'm pretty sure he's pro-life, along with Mark Richmond, who's actually a Washington County prosecutor, and Dan Mason. Julie Parrish is
District 37 now?
District 37. If I was living in her district, I would vote for her. There's a good reason for that. Her votes have not been perfect. She's not pro-life, but the fact is we need to keep every seat in the House. We do not have a majority in the House right now, but we have the ability to block tax increases. If we lose any seats, then the state government can run completely amok and vote any tax increases they want. So we need to keep every seat in the House.
Okay.
And Dan Mason and Mark Richmond, 30 and 29, those we hope to pick up. So in Washington County, we're looking actually to pick up 2 seats.
There's 2 districts where there's Senate seats. One district, I don't know if you know the name, but,
Bruce Starr's Senate district is 29 and 30,
okay.
which is Mark Richmond and Dan Mason.
Okay. And then, so people in District 29 and 30, they
They'll
should
be-
support Bruce
they'll-
Starr
They should support Bruce Starr, yes.
and Dan Mason and Mark Richmond. And then Representative Kim Thatcher,
She's now running for the Senate and the southern pieces, the southern part of Washington County. I certainly recommend voting for her. In fact, I got a chance to spend some time with her at the Washington County Fair.
yeah, and she's definitely a friend of the show, and I enjoy talking with her too.
Yeah, part of her district, I'm sure, includes Yamhill County, pieces of it.
Yeah, pieces of Yamhill County, yeah, and Bill Post is not in Washington County at all, is?
No,
Okay.
I know Bill Post, but he's not
Oh.
Washington County.
Oh, yeah, one other person too I should mention is Representative Jim Widener has a very small piece of Washington County, so make sure if you're in that area.
Couple of precincts. I mean, Larry Erickson out of Columbia County has a couple of precincts in the north part of Washington County.
Yeah.
And I certainly recommend Larry Erickson as well.
Okay, Larry Erickson, Jim Widener, and those smaller areas if you happen to be in there. All
But
right,
county commission's not an issue for November.
okay, good. So I think we got that all settled, Dewey. Is there anybody else that I might have forgotten you want to bring up?
Well, there's Brendan King, who won a primary in a write-off. I forget what district he's in. He's in a very tough district. We have all the positions.
What's he running for?
State rep.
Okay,
We have all of the state rep positions filed. John Verbeek is running, I think, maybe for the Senate, but these are very, very tough races.
Okay, and those are in some of the border county?
Well, they're sort of towards the east side of the county, which tends to be a little more left-leaning than the west side of the county.
Okay.